All right, so we're back again here with Ether Vision. Today we have a homie of mine, Dinje, Perth rapper, but I just, absolutely love the stuff that he does. He's quite passionate with the things that he does and has this hustle about him that I absolutely kind of admire. But yeah, today we've just got 2 sneakers.
Air Force Ones, utilities.
Dope. And some nice classic 90s here, all white. Very clever that you brought in all white shoes.
Yeah, I thought I'd test your cleaning skills today.
Yeah. So you clean sneakers often, bro? Do you come around here much? The way you've grown up in Australia, there's like, in what suburb were you originally?
Oh, so I was born in Thornley originally, but then we moved to Willerton. Then I moved to Ireland for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
So I grew up in Ireland, basically. Like, I grew up here, but my formative years were in Ireland, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So from 8 to 15 was in Ireland. So a lot of my formative kind of years were not actually in Australia, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so your parents are originally from?
Dad's from Hong Kong, mum's from Ireland.
Oh, wow.
But they met here, so I was just a bit of everything. Born here, but yeah, both parents are from overseas.
Yep.
So I was like first generation Australian and stuff. Nice. And then at 15 moved back.
Yep.
And then since then I'm in here again.
Okay.
So yeah, a bit of a all over the place kind of childhood, eh?
Yeah.
Been everywhere.
Yeah. I grew up in the south, really, in the sense of Perth.
True.
More like kind of Como area, but like Karawara kind of areas. You know what I mean? They were just like sort of lower economy sort of suburbs, you know what I mean? No disrespect to anyone living in Thornley or Karawara right now, but just like growing up in that aspect, I guess, you actually do end up finding a little bit more of a drive and a hustle because you're just kind of, you're a little bit more hungry. You know what I mean? And I can definitely see and hear that in your music. Do you feel that's like something that's really inspiring to way you've like produced a lot of your music? Or
I didn't have a lot to lose, man. So it was kind of just like, let's give it my all, let's go for it and stuff. Because there's only like stuff to gain, man.
Of course.
And yeah, like you said, and then like people around me, I guess, having a bit more or whatever, you're like, I can go get that too, times 10. So like just chase it down and stuff. But no, I agree, man. Coming from like those kind of situations, like creates a bit more drive. Hey.
Something that I actually heard, which I don't know why, I picked it up from one of your tracks, Alpine Subs.
Yeah.
Like you were been saying that you kind of like been chasing for like that deal since you were 17. You know what I mean? Like, and that kind of really reflects with a lot of your music that I've noticed. And just kind of like. Then again, it's back to that hustle. It's back to that drive. It's
like
back
it's
to
not
that
overnight kind of thing.
No, that's right. You live this life where it's kind of like you're doing these side things, but then you're still really kind of forcing this kind of
everything's
energy
about the
towards
main goal.
That's right.
Yeah, like everything around my life kind of revolves around the main goal, and it has for a long time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like even when I moved here at 15, I guess essentially like that move was like to better the music. Yeah. Because Ireland was dope at the time because I started rapping in Ireland and stuff.
Oh, wow.
But like, bro, the amount of hate I got over there was ridiculous.
Okay.
Because I was a Chinese dude. But like, no offense to white Irish people, but like, surrounded by white Irish people.
Yeah, I get it.
And I was in a small country town and basically it was like, you think you're black, only black people rap. And then so that was harsh, but I was like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna do me, me. And then essentially came here because I knew like the music opportunities would be a bit better and stuff over here.
Solution is just in there. So
if you want to put that, which one to like,
put that on the brush, a couple of drops. Being from seeing it in a different aspect of being in another country, I feel like you would look at music in a different light, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel the atmosphere there is totally different in terms of community with like Perth in general of music, or do you feel it's kind of quite similar?
The Irish music scene's actually come on like a long time since I left.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, there was a small community at the time, man. Like we were real underground dudes.
Yep.
But there's actually a video of me on YouTube from like 2013 or something called Waterford Cypher. Because Waterford's the name of the city I used to live in Ireland. Mm-hmm. And I'm like this 14-year-old kid and there's this huge group of us doing a rap cypher. And that was like back when like hip hop wasn't mainstream or anything. So there still was a community back then, but it was like an outsider community. Yeah. If you know what I mean. We weren't mainstream.
Yeah, 100%. Wow, that's really cool, man. Do you find that like, as with any kind of artist, you kind of develop a certain sound, you know what I mean? Like, do you feel that has affected you more over there or more in Australia?
So Ireland taught me how to rap essentially, if that makes sense. Like that's where I picked up my skills.
Yep.
But I was just like, amateur in the sense that I don't think I was doing anything different, or my story necessarily wasn't like unique or anything at that stage. I was just learning how to rap, spit bars. But through like the life experiences over the last few years, I guess what I rap about now is probably like way more Australian Perth influence than like stuff that happened in Ireland still influences my music, but it's a long time ago now.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's aged, you know what I mean? I was 15 when I left Ireland.
Yep.
So it's more like relevant experiences to Perth these days.
I noticed like there's like a 2018 release that you did. I'm not too sure if you, oh well, you probably would remember it. What are we talking about? It was Potential.
Oh yeah, my debut EP. How could I forget that one?
Like I really loved like the soundscape that actually that you brought up with that.
Yeah.
And my favorite track on that was actually Red Cup.
I love that track. Man.
That track. I actually really loved the story that was told behind that. You know what I mean? It's, to me, that's kind of like, you know, and someone that like grows up in that world, and you know what I mean, and he kind of like, you can see that expressiveness through that song,
through the music and stuff like that.
Did you feel that was like
that was a big record at the time when I wrote it? Like, I mean now like that was a while ago, but at the time I was like, this is one of my favorite Dinje records at the time. Like if I'm listening to Dinje's Just Des, like someone who listens to artists, like that was one of my favorite records by
cool.
Dinje or whatever. But no, what really made it for me, bro, was like getting the news clips.
In the what, sorry?
The news clips for the intro and the outro.
Yep.
So there's like a news reporter on the intro and the outro and stuff.
Yeah.
And what I think really made it relevant was the fact that like I hell hunted down ones that were like Southside Perth relevant. They're not just random like news stories telling random stories that don't like exist. They're all suburbs like that I've been around or stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's Perth. It's not just like, because that's the thing. I think it's nice to hear music from Perth and know it's from Perth. Like you hear that news voice, you're like, oh, that's the chick I hear on the news every night at 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not just some American news story that like is used as an intro.
How you going over there with your sneakers, bro?
I think I'm going alright. The tongue is probably like struggling the most on the tongue, man. What about you?
Yeah, I think they're going pretty well, man. It's always like, you know, with like the 90s Air Max mesh. That sort of front mesh is always the most sort of difficult part of like cleaning, I find.
That's always the one I struggle with.
Yeah, it's like, and if the cleaner can like kind of take that out, it's a good product. Hint, hint.
So what was your first pair of like dope kicks you remember buying, man?
Me?
Yeah.
That was actually my favorite sneaker is the Air Max 1 Sport Red OGs.
True.
So, and that was the time when I was actually working at Foot Locker, and that was like something that I've always sort of seen as like my shoe. Like I just love that.
The Air Max 1.
And the comfort of them, and like when they first came out with like that Air Max bubble, I was just like, man, this is like...
That would have been dope to be around for the original release of the ones, eh?
Yeah, that's it. Like, well, I was obviously not there. I was born.
I'm more of like, I'm Air Max, I'll give you that. Like 90s, I love my 90s and stuff like that. I do like the ones, but I'm more of a 90s guy over ones, to be honest.
Yep.
Well, I think my first like dope pair of kicks was, I think it was actually a pair of Jordans, maybe, funnily enough.
I guess in terms of releases, have you got anything kind of new that you might be able to share a little, or like a leak of? What are you releasing in the next sort of couple of months?
No, I got a fair few releases coming out. I got the Nose Ring music video coming out soon, visuals,
cool. Yep.
which should have been released a year ago, but that's fine. And then later on when we're doing live, I'm going to do a brand new track for you guys. So that's just like completely unreleased.
Nice.
So for the live performance, I'll give you one of those.
Yeah, cool.
And then I got Diamonds, like my next single coming out maybe a month or two from now.
Yep.
That'll be my next single, which is, it's kind of like mainstream drill. It's not full drill, but it's got like that drill bop to it, but kind of more like mainstream. Mm-hmm. So I've noticed like like the sound of what that you kind of be doing is just kind of like it's moving into a little bit more of that drill vibe, where it's kind of like hits a little bit harder, you know what I mean? And I love that kind of sort of feel, because it's definitely relevant to what's actually happening right now as well in terms of music. But I feel like it's, you know what I mean, it's you. It's not like trying to kind of fake an idea of being, like, you know what I mean? Like you can't be like, you know, someone that's not really in it and then just expect to be doing drill. That's my opinion. Like, drill was telling similar stories to like trap was telling, essentially. Like they're telling similar stories in terms of the subgenres, but the delivery is just different.
Of course.
And like honestly, like I've been listening to drill for maybe like the last 3-4 years, because I was listening to UK drill, and then you got like US drill, obviously that started up first.
Yeah.
And like I've always wanted to kind of like do it, but like there was no real audience for it in Australia. And then all of a sudden there's an audience for drill. I was like, I can do these flows, no problem. Awesome. Stories to tell, like, no problem. But I don't want to get stuck in drill forever either. Because I got like a load of experimental stuff. But like the more I do that stuff, the more I feel like I box myself a bit. And everyone's expected like, oh, Dinje's going to make that's the Dinje record. But at the same time, I got real like crazy singing party next door stuff that I want to release. But like, yeah, so it's
like a different side of you.
A different side, but the more you do drill, the more people are going to accept you being party next door at the same time. And I'm like, I can do both, but like...
Yeah. So, well, I guess we can let these dry, but we'll quickly give it a protect.
Oh, sweet.
So that was just...
Oh, so you got like every kind of product for a day?
Yeah, so we've got the protector, premium brush, and then the kit is just like, has the solution and microfiber cloth
and everything.
And then like the premium brush is more for like suedes and all that kind of stuff, so it's like a little bit more delicate.
You have much luck with suede? Because they're always the hardest.
Yeah, they are, yep. Absolutely. It's actually been formulated is that like the solution is made so you don't put too much water when you're working with suede, so then you're not soaking the fabric with too much water, which then that's what actually starts to discolor suede.
Yeah, it's the water.
So the water is what discolors it. But with this solution, because it's so natural, that it doesn't damage any of the suede to make it kind of not thing.
Go discolored, fair enough.
So give that a little bit of a protect, and then I guess we can leave him to dry, and then I guess we'll just be leaving Dinje with doing his track.
I'll see you later to do a track for y'all.
Stay tuned for that, man. And let's get it.
Hey yo. Alright, we out here. Shout out AETHER Sneakers, Radam for getting us through today. Mad love. I got my name Dinje. This song don't got a name yet, but I'll think of one soon. Yeah. This is meet my guy, meet my brother. I love every gal, I don't seek no color. She only want me, she don't seek no other. Hit the trap with a pack, tryna see that butter. Meet my guy, meet my brother. I love every gal, I don't seek no color. She only want me, she don't seek no other. Hit the trap with a pack, tryna see that butter. Like, I'm tryna make guap on a daily. Alicia, Keisha, Katie and Kaylee. Irish man, so I'm sipping on a Bailey. My new ting rate me, my ex ting hate me. Good smoke, got a bag of that. Puff, then I pass it back. Shorty got an attitude, her ass is fat. I said, shorty got an attitude, her ass is fat. But shorty got an attitude, I like that. Gotta wait a couple minutes for she right back. Gotta send me in, it's getting hard to hide that. Told her come back to the crib, you can ride that word. We be getting lit on a Tuesday. Cash money, cause you know the boy move weight. You should come and get a piece for it's too late. Cause 6'4", about to eat up the whole cake. Bust down, Tatiana, wanna see you work. I wanted Jesus piece and I ain't even go to church. She wanna kind of mine, but I wanna go to hers. We could get naughty while we party to a party verse, yeah. You look good, girl, I go dumb. I feel fly in my AF ones. We should hit the club for some one-on-one. So tell your girlfriends that they can't come. This is meet my guy, meet my brother. I love every gal, I don't seek no color. She only want me, she don't seek no other. Hit the track for a pack, tryna see that butter. Meet my guy, meet my brother. I love every gal, I don't seek no color. She only want me, she don't seek no other. Hit the trap with a pack, tryna see that butter like bow. Dinje, let's go.